Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now, I have your email, Larry, and I have your email. I'll have to explain to you in a little more detail because you deserve an explanation. I appreciate it. I think you sent me an email thinking that somebody else is doing a little more positioning for city attorney than Lynn Doss. I'm going to have to explain that one off the show to you, okay? But I will, I promise. But thank you for keeping up with that. And I don't think you're wrong. I just want to give you the other side to look for. BKP, good morning from the office. You know, I was thinking, why was I thinking about Scott Kiker? I don't know why. But probate judge Scott Kiker, I was just thinking about him. I think there's a story I'm working on that involves him. Every time, I can't get away from it. Every time I think of Lynn Doss, I think of Scott Kiker. I think of, who else I think of? I think of Harry Doss. Yeah, I don't know. We're working on a story there. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, let's go to, Sam, show me Ed Gillespie. Okay, this is Ed Gillespie. He's the candidate in Virginia. He is the one that everybody is gushing. All of the liberals this morning, they went up to their coffee shop, their local coffee shop. They paid the extra 50 cents for the extra whipped cream on top of the coffee or whatever they do. I mean, they do that. You know, you go to the coffee shop. You can tell generational. Let's just say it is. I walk in. What do you want? Cup of coffee. What's that? You want room for cream and sugar? No, I want coffee. Just want a damn cup of coffee. Oh my God! I stand in line, and people, it takes. I want you to whip it twice and turn it over, and put 2 shots of cream de mint in there, and then turn it over again, and then put a shot of cinnamon on the top, and give me some cream. Like, what the hell? It takes. All right, anyhow, so they're getting an extra shot of cinnamon and cream on the top of their coffee this morning as they're going in. They're all giddy. They're all jumping up and down in MSNBC, Casey Hunt, the whole gang, because Ed Gillespie lost. Ed Gillespie is a loser. He lost last time. I mean, if you lose once, you lost. If you lose twice, you're a loser. Right? I mean, it's multiple. The guy is a quintessential. Is that the correct? Should I be using that? He is the Republican establishment. That is your poster boy for Republican establishment, Ed Gillespie. Ed Gillespie went to, if you know politics, these guys go, and women, they go daylight to dark, 6-7 events a day. Gillespie was walking into one event and he was saying out of one side of his mouth on a very low key, he could not excite the people that are upset over conservative statues being taken down, or Confederate. He could not excite that voter. He could not excite the voter that is tired of the swamp. He could not excite the voter that really wants Obamacare repealed. He could not excite the voter that wants the wall built. Ed Gillespie couldn't get anybody excited. That's a bad thing. They have a pill for that. I know, I shouldn't have said that, Sam. I'm sorry. Well, I just said it, Sam. You know, that's all there is to it, okay? So anyhow, he couldn't excite anybody. Couldn't do it. So then he would go over to the moderate Republicans. And they don't call him Ed. He would go in and they'd say, Edward, how are you? It's good to have you here, Edward. Are you coming to the yacht club this spring, Edward, on the Chesapeake, on the bay? Will you be at the yacht club, Edward? Right? So he went in there. We're a little concerned with this Twitter thing and the whole Trump thing. Is it concerning to you, Edward? Oh, yeah, I'm concerned too. Edward could not excite anybody. except a handful of establishment Republicans. Bannon gave a half-hearted endorsement. We're going to call Trump's endorsement of Ed Gillespie, we're going to call it the Luther Strange endorsement. From now on, we're going to call it the Luther Strange endorsement. Okay, hold on a minute. Well, folks, a candidate that does not directly come out, okay, and support Donald Trump, they don't know what to do. All right? They do not know what to do with Donald Trump. They don't know if they're supposed to be a Donald Trump candidate. They don't know if they're supposed to be a Jeb Bush candidate. They don't know if they're supposed to be a Rand Paul. They don't know if they're supposed to be a Ted Cruz. They don't know if they're supposed to be a John Kasich. And that's what happened with this guy here. Now, I did not get involved with Virginia. I didn't get involved with Virginia. Virginia is for lovers. Well, you had the bumper sticker. My God, who the hell didn't live through the 70s? You're going down south to see grandma, and all you see is Virginia's for lovers. I'm wondering, what the hell? I mean, only 5 years old, and you have to see Virginia's for lovers all the way through Virginia. Anyhow, so they don't know what to do. So they keep packaging. This is a Ed Gillespie. This is a John Kasich. 15 minutes later, Ted Cruz. 15 minutes later, or he's Rand Paul for 2 minutes. 15 minutes later, he's a Donald Trump. This guy never sold he never sold who he is, and the voters did not get excited to work for him. Period. Now, let me show you a picture. Show, first of all, the state of Virginia. Let me set this up, okay? The swamp one. Stay with me, folks. You're going to like this. I really think you'll like this. Virginia counties, okay? Show the one that says Virginia counties. All right, map. You got up there, this is the whole state of Virginia, okay? You got Loudoun County, Fairfax, Arlington, Frederick County, Clark County, Warren County, Shenandoah. Shenandoah's Winchester. Come straight out from Washington, D.C. Winchester, come out that way. You've got Culpeper, Stafford, Farquay, Prince William. I probably already said that. Now, it's not till you get down into, and they do not have the what I would call the population, but they have the people that will get out and work. And it's not till you get all the way out in there to Wythe County and Bland and Grayson and Carroll and Patrick and Henry and Halifax County. It's not till you get way down in there that you get the red part of Virginia. So one more thing. I promise there's a point. Now go to the one that just says DC map. What? Okay. Now this one here, you see the red line there that separates West Virginia, Maryland, and DC, okay, right there. And you got Virginia, and you got Farquay County, and you got Prince William County, Fairfax, Loudoun County. Folks, the swamp, where do you think they live? Where do you think the swamp lives? Where do you think? If you go in Northern Virginia, you keep wondering what happened to Virginia, the state. The swamp has to live somewhere. All right? Go to Leesburg, Virginia. Look at the houses that start at 400,000. That's the low end, right? Is that right? Vicksburg or whatever. Go out there. 66 comes out of Washington, D.C. Look at the shopping centers. Look at the fancy coffee shops, right? Look at the Pottery Barn. Oh, hell, every time you get off exit, if there's a Pottery Barn, hell, you know there's some swamp lives there somewhere, okay? I'm just saying, go around D.C., CIA, go in those subdivisions. I got firsthand information on that. Go in the subdivisions. Big sign. Hey, starting homes, $380,000. Whoa. And that's the cheap one. CIA, Langley, where do you think they live? Where do you think the FBI guys live? Where do you think the Secret Service people live? Where do you think the office staff of the swamp live? So they all are up there in Northern Virginia. They have moved down. They used to live on the tip of D.C. Now commuting in an hour and a half is not a problem. They have pushed down in Virginia. Go look at the unemployment rate. Go look at Barack Obama's 8 years, where the money was spent. Go look. You take a minute and look at how much of Barack Obama, President of the United States for 8 years, how much money, the fastest growth. Go look at the fastest growth in the United States for those 8 years, and you will find Northern Virginia. Oh, absolutely, you'll find Northern Virginia. A massive amount of your money turned that state blue. Your tax money. And then what happens? They get in those subdivisions, all right? For the most part, these white people. I said it, and I don't care. You get it, and they got BMWs, and and they're wine tasting. Ah, hell! Now I went and got in trouble. Okay, so anyhow, they lived there in Northern Virginia. They kept pushing it out. Okay, and you go look at the money, and you go look at the subdivisions. So you go in a subdivision, and this person here doesn't work for the government, but the person to the left works for the government. The person to the right, he or she's a staffer for some senator. Okay, massive amount. Where the hell do you think these damn people live? Go watch. Next time you look at one of those Senate hearings and look at the 19 kids that are standing behind one senator handing a piece of paper. These senators don't do jack. Some of them do. Well, Jack, I don't know. Maybe they do Jack and we just don't know it. Anyhow, these senators, don't look at me like that. They don't do anything. I mean, back in the day, we used to say you don't do Jack. It had a whole different meaning, damn it. Anyhow, these senators, they don't do anything. You look, I'm sorry. I'm a senator. I work all day. I didn't mean everybody, okay? You got Rand Paul. You got David Perdue. You got one or two. But you look at the House of Representatives. Oh, all these people standing behind there with where do you think they live? Where do you think out at the veterans? You go to D.C., you take your damn picture in front of all these monuments, but then you look at this massive building that says Department of Education, Department of this, Department of that, the Pentagon. Where the hell do you think all those damn people live? My God, I want you to go to Google and I want you to research, because the media is going to tell you all damn day, Republicans took a bloodbath. It is definitely a repudiation of Donald Trump. No, it's the swamp. Virginia is the swamp. Sorry, Virginia. Sorry, my friends in Tazewell or wherever the hell you are. Danville, Virginia. Sorry, my friends in Martinsville or Martinsville, Virginia. Sorry to my friends in Roanoke. Sorry. But Virginia is the swamp. Virginia's not for lovers. It's for the damn swamp to live. And that's who came out, because they're nervous. Yes, they're nervous that Donald Trump will drain that swamp. They're nervous that out in the Midwest, that tax reform will cause your county, your state, or your area to become the fastest growing area or fastest growing economy in the United States, not Washington, D.C. from your tax money. That's what they're worried about. They're worried that maybe you may find out that they're draining all of your money and taking it out to Northern Virginia. Folks, I'm just going to tell you now, let's stay put on Virginia. Let's figure out why Virginia's blue. And let's figure out why Ed Gillespie lost. Ed Gillespie lost Virginia for one reason only. Nobody knows who the hell he is, what he stands for. I know you just said, well, he's run state races and they do know him. No, I'm talking, look, nobody knows what he stood for. And I'm telling you, if he would have come out, well, it's a repudiation. No, it's not. If Ed Gillespie would have come out and properly handled Charlottesville, they are tired. They did not like the president. Virginia said point blank they did not like Donald Trump's support of Nazis, support of white supremacists. The Virginia voters came right out and said that they did not like the way the president handled Charlottesville. America is tired of what happened, and Charlottesville was a precursor to what the repudiation of the president of the United States. Didn't happen, folks. If Ed Gillespie would have run a campaign that said very articulate, okay, very articulate, that if he would articulate it, what the hell am I supposed to say here? Can somebody help me every once in a while, damn it? If Ed Gillespie would have went out there and talked about Charlottesville, Confederate, Richmond, history, General Robert E. Lee, if he would have talked about it with passion, conviction, and articulated it in a professional way, it'd be different this morning. If Ed Gillespie would have went out and said, oh, I don't need to stand up here in Richmond and stand up here. Richmond's a suburb. Oh, they're all the way down there in Richmond now. They're whack jobs, all from the swamp. That's where the swamp is. You keep saying D.C., Northern Virginia, folks. So if Ed Gillespie would have went out to Western Virginia, Virginia, not West Virginia, Western Virginia, and put on very good, 3 or 4 very good and strong. Whiffle's not a big city, but Whiffle is a strong little place. If he went to Bristol, Virginia, strong little place, okay? If he'd went out to Roanoke, I can name the list. Go over to Tazewell, Virginia. Small places. It talked about coal mining. It talked about bringing back industry for Virginia. It talked about the 2 Virginias. Let me tell you something. Damn it, I'm on a friggin' roll. You hear all the time in Georgia, there's 2 Georgias, and the people are upset over the thought of 2 Georgias. North Georgia, rural Georgia. There is Northern Virginia right there around that circle of D.C., and there's the other Virginia. And those people don't like the swamp. And those people don't like the Northern Virginia area. They would have come out and worked for a different candidate. That's right. If you'd have went and talked coal mining, if you would have went and talked to Confederate statues, if you would have went and talked building a wall and supporting to build a wall, if you would have went and said, as governor, I will immediately support the President of the United States, and here are the things that I'm prepared to do, is maybe different. So don't get all excited that Ralph Northam, put him up, is the governor-elect, okay, of Virginia. Don't get all excited about that. Don't get all excited that a couple Democrats won. Don't get all worked up over that. Just relax. It is just another opportunity for us to see that Republicans need to be maybe just don't hang out at the yacht club so much. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But Republicans need to bring in candidates that are going to be strong in what rural America. Don't forget. Now, you're going to tell me even Hillary won Virginia. Don't you know why? The swamp, folks, the swamp. Northern Virginia is the swamp. They don't want you to drain that swamp. I end this segment by asking you to do me one favor. One favor. Google the fastest growing area in the 8 years of the Obama administration and see if you don't hit several several spots where it comes up somewhere in Northern Virginia. Watch and see if the money you have didn't go there. It's 9:30. I got another say. Sam, I'm going to give you one shot. This is it. One shot and one shot only. I'm at that point in the day where I actually need to see my new favorite picture. Do you have that? You knew it, Sam. That's her new favorite picture. That's the White House Communication Director, Hope Hicks. Whew. Man, that woman can wear a tuxedo. That's Miss 07. Take us to break.
ACE is your